Good morning. I am 5 minutes earlier today. As always, if you're watching in recording, you're welcome to fast forward 5 minutes or stay with us through our hellos. Let me tag everybody. Good morning, John. Good morning, Gina. As you can see, I'm back in New York today, and hopefully tomorrow we're gonna go to Connecticut on a beautiful lake. Anyway, let's give another minute to whoever can join us today live and start. Good morning, Mercedes. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, Mary. All right, anyway, it is time for us to start. And today we will talk about guilt, something we started yesterday and couldn't do because my phone fell into the water. Anyway, like shame, guilt is an emotion that we experience when we fall short of our own expectations or standards. However, with guilt, our focus is on having done something wrong and on doing something to set things right, like apologizing or changing a behavior. So I'll remind you that according to Brené Brown, shame is when we say, I am bad. And the focus here is on self and not on a particular behavior. As a result, we feel flawed and unworthy of love, belonging, and connection. When you feel shame, you don't even give yourself a chance to create any positive change, as your constant mantra here is, I'm so stupid, I just can't get anything right. Guilt, on the other hand, is when we say to ourselves, I did something bad. And here the focus is on behavior. Guilt is this discomfort we feel when we evaluate what we've done or failed to do against our values. Our self-talk here is, I did something stupid versus I am so stupid. So technically, guilt can drive positive change if harnessed well. When we feel and acknowledge that we have harmed another person, we feel remorse and we want to atone for our behavior. So here, empathy and guilt work together beautifully to create a force that is adaptive and powerful. That's why when we apologize for something we've done, make amends, or change a behavior that doesn't align with our values, it's guilt and not shame that is driving our behavior. Shame, on the other hand, is very secretive, and that's why it's highly correlated with addiction, violence, aggression, depression, various disorders, and even bullying. Shame corrodes the very part of us that believes that we can change and that we can do better. And that's why it's so important for all of us to bring shame to light, to acknowledge it within ourselves, and to seek empathy by sharing our shame with trusted friends or even professionals so that we can begin our healing. But anyway, today our focus is on guilt. And another interesting perspective on guilt that I want to point out comes from the Buddhist psychology, and it may seem a bit contradictory to what I've just shared from Brené Brown, but really only on the surface. So Buddhist psychology names guilt as one of the aversion states that constitute obstacles to radical acceptance and all-encompassing loving kindness. The Buddhist teaching around guilt states that when we experience a strong feeling of guilt in the mind, we have little or no energy available for transformation or transcendence. We're defeated by the guilt itself because it depletes us. We also feel totally alone. Our thoughts focus on our worthlessness. I am the worst person in the world, only I do those terrible things. However, such an attitude is actually very self-promoting because we become obsessed with self in the most egotistical sense. Remorse, by contrast, is the state of recognition, when we realize that we have at some point done something or said something unskillful that caused pain to another person. And we feel the pain of that recognition in ourselves. But crucially, remorse frees us to let go of the past. It leaves us with some energy to move on, to resolve, not to repeat our mistakes again. And also, the Buddhist psychology says guilt can be very deceptive. We may feel that guilt can be a noble force to motivate us to serve others or perform wholesome actions, but guilt does not actually work in that way. When one is motivated by guilt or grief, one's own pain takes center stage, and we often lose consideration of what somebody else may actually need. So there is not enough freedom from self-centeredness in our consciousness to see clearly, to be connected fully. Our own feelings overwhelm consciousness, and, for example, by apologizing to somebody, we end up serving ourselves more than we serve another person. Through the practice of loving kindness, we start seeing ourselves clearly, with all our innate goodness and all our inevitable faults. And it's okay. Such is life, a constant succession of ever-changing experiences. The foundation of loving kindness practice is to know how to be our own friend, to see our own basic goodness. So as feelings of guilt arise, remember this Buddhist wisdom. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Or, as Walt Whitman puts it, I am larger and better than I thought. I did not think I held so much goodness. So let's explore this today through a short practice of loving kindness towards ourselves, releasing those feelings of shame and guilt, transmuting them into remorse so that we can step into the space of focusing on another person and make necessary amends, whether verbal or behavioral or both. As always, take a comfortable position and take a few moments to settle in. Notice all the circumstances of your practice today, external, internal. Notice the difference between internal and external. How apparent is the line between them? Let your breath be soft and easy, completely comfortable. Don't try to make it longer or deeper. Don't try to control it. Let your breath flow freely through your body, in and out. And now bring to mind a situation that makes you feel guilty. In the chakra system, guilt usually lives in the second chakra, which is sacral chakra, right around the navel center. So maybe focus your energy there, your attention there, and feel what comes up. You can even put a hand on your navel center if that helps to connect. And without any particular agenda, just breathe and feel whatever comes up. Even if you cannot name it, just notice the physical sensations. And gently start reciting the mantra of loving kindness towards yourself. releasing whatever physical sensations of guilt may arise. Again, even if you don't name them, even if you don't know what exactly they are about. But if something more concrete comes up, of course, release that. You can repeat after me. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I be happy, healthy, and free. May I feel protected, cared for, at ease. May I know deep, natural peace. As you repeat those words, notice what's happening in your body, in your mind, in your heart. And if you find out something tangible that you feel guilty about, a certain behavior towards someone you love, or some harsh words spoken, see if you feel the need to transform this guilt into remorse and set an intention to change your behavior or do amends. Maybe even today, maybe at some other point, maybe just internally for yourself, or maybe talking to that person. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I be happy, healthy, and free. May I feel protected, cared for, at ease. May I accept myself just the way I am. May I know deep, natural peace. Again, check in with yourself. Notice whatever physical sensations are present right now. What thoughts are coming up? What's going on in your heart area, in your belly? Do you feel the need to apologize, to make amends? It's okay if not, just checking in. In any case, start sending the energy of loving kindness to that person that came up in this practice. May he or she be filled with loving kindness. May they be well in body and mind. May they be happy, healthy, and free. May they feel protected, cared for, at ease. May they know deep, natural peace. One more time, scan your body, noticing the physical sensations, emotions, thoughts. And we'll repeat the mantra once again, relating it to that person who comes up for you in this practice. May he or she be filled with loving kindness. May they be well in body and mind. May they be happy, healthy, and free. May they feel protected, cared for, at ease. May they know deep, natural peace. And as usual, we'll conclude our practice by sending the energy of loving kindness to all sentient beings. May we all be filled with loving kindness. May we be well in body and mind. May we be happy, healthy, and free. May we feel protected, cared for, at ease. May we know deep, natural peace. As you go through your day today, I encourage you to notice when and how you experience the emotion of guilt. Is it guilt mixed up with shame? I did something horrible, I am a terrible person, nobody else does this, I cannot even talk about it. Or is it guilt that can be transmuted into remorse? Yes, I did something bad, but I'm not alone in this. All of us make mistakes, and I can make amends and change my behavior to make this better. Whatever it is, own it, and perhaps do a few rounds of loving kindness practice towards yourself and the person or people towards whom you feel guilt and remorse. As always, if you feel inspired to share your thoughts and musings and experiences, please do so in the comments. Thank you so much for being here. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow.